Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is November the 27th, 2018. At least it still is in the West Coast in Denver. What's up, dude? Dudes, strong hand. Abraham Lincoln is back from Norway for all my long-time viewers. Remember, Abraham Lincoln was with me in Bergen. Now he's back here in Baltimore with me. Hey, Abraham, how you doing? Oh yeah, what was it? Oh yeah, strong hand, long-term thinking. Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. Value your wealth in Bitcoin. Value your wealth in Bitcoin. That's really your big takeaway from the recent events, right? If you value your wealth in Bitcoin, then you don't panic. You don't worry about the fiat freaks out there. All right, okay. So it's late at night on what, Tuesday? I don't even know what day it is anymore. Friday though, 3 p.m. Eastern time. Is This Week in Bitcoin. I want to remind everyone I was confused about the time yesterday. I'll get to the guest in a second, but I just wanted to say that. So let's start with some tweets. Man, you guys, I'm a tech bot out there on Twitter, TECHBALT, and lately some people, you really have some nice inspirational Bitcoin tweets, I got to say. And I'm going to start with this one. And I got to say, welcome to the Mayflower, the Bitcoin Mayflower. And this is from BitMax007. Buying Bitcoin is equivalent to purchasing passage on the Mayflower voyage to America. It takes vision, courage, conviction, and long-term thinking, but the potential payoff is worth all the sacrifice. Strong hand. Yeah, that's a great way of putting it. I mean, it was risky to get on the Mayflower. I mean, there were no guarantees, but people knew that hey, we're going to a new land, and when we get there, it is going to be something that people aren't going to even be able to imagine what we're going to be able to do with this land. And hey, I admire all the people that have stayed on this Bitcoin Mayflower ship with me, and yeah, this promised land we're getting off to, what potential just to change the world. Bigger than the internet. Pound that like button. All right, Breaker Magazine, breakermag.com has an article, and it's a good article about this subject matter. The one I would advise you to read about this subject matter. SEC chairman reveals what killed the Bitcoin ETF. Clinton's message was clear. He's the SEC dude, to get a Bitcoin ETF and trigger the flood of new money that some optimists think would follow. Crypto will have to clean up sketchy exchanges. Yeah, I mean, it's the wild, wild west out there. The ETF type of people, they're not into wild, wild west. They're not into Mayflower. They're not into getting on the Mayflower. They want the freaking Manhattan skyline already there, or something on that line of thinking, at least. So yeah, it's the frontier right now, the crypto world. So the approval of an ETF, it's going to take some time. I've been saying they're going to keep delaying. Just get used to delay after delay after delay. But if you're a long-term thinker, you know eventually the delays will end. It will happen. Will it be 2019, 2020? Who knows? It will happen. There will be a Manhattan here. Manhattan was empty once, okay? There were a bunch of tents there. Everyone to say was there. But yeah, so when I hear about these Bitcoin ETF articles, I'm already very well prepared for the delays. I've been yelling about the delays, not yet, talking about the delays for a while. I'm not yelling about it. I'm not frustrated with the delays because I understand that they're going to happen. I've been in this game a long time. I don't get excited about specific dates anymore at all, because when something big is supposed to happen in the Bitcoin space and they give a date for it, it's always delayed, a year, 2 years, whatever. Get used to it. This thing isn't, everything's not going to change overnight. This is not an overnight thing. But when we look back on it, it might seem like that. There's a different feeling you get with perspective. I mean, now I look at 2015, it wasn't that long ago. It really wasn't. But in terms of Bitcoin, God, man, things have totally changed. So it does kind of seem like it changed overnight. But living it, Mike, it seemed like living 2015 when I was in that Chicago conference, when I met Tone Vays, and I know I've talked about this a million times, and Bitcoin was like in $200, $300, whatever it was, and hardly anyone was even attending the Chicago conference, and people were scared. I mean, Litecoin was under $2. People were worried that Bitcoin could go to zero. To live through that and then see the ups of a year ago. I mean, it seems like it's been decades. That living through it felt like decades. But in fact, it was just a short period of time. Check out the links below. Follow me at TechBalt, of course. You can get T-shirts like this. You haven't seen this one in a while, have you? Okay, someone's in the super chat. Let me read that off there. Paul F sent $2.99 Australian dollars. When moon, and he has smiley faces after that. Well, Paul, thank you for the $2.99 in Australian dollars. I want to make it to Australia in 2019. You know what? I might not be able to now with everything that's going on in my life. I might be able to. I have to go to synagogue every day for the next year, basically. And yeah, anyway, you guys can check out if you want to know why that is. We're not going to talk about that. You can watch, what was that, Wednesday's show. Check out the archives below, disruptmeister.com. There are big Jewish communities in Melbourne and Sydney, though. So I wanted to go to Adelaide. Okay, well, let's not talk about Australia right now. Love what you dudes are doing down there. Love it. Love what you guys are doing down there. I love Australia's fun. I don't like how you get the sun. This is I do the Beyond Bitcoin show every Saturday, right? So here's a Beyond Bitcoin show moment. For all you people who like to be outside, it's just different in the Southern Hemisphere. The sun feels different on your skin. I don't care if you're white or if you're a dark white guy, a light white guy, a black guy. It feels like you're getting torn into. In Australia, when I was just in Chile, in New Zealand. I mean, the clouds, if it gets cloudy, that's cool. But when it's sunny, man, there's a big difference between running around Baltimore when it's sunny and running around Sydney or wherever. Okay, so Paul also sends $2.99 Australian dollars again. Soon, baby, soon. Moon. All right, so again, people it will happen eventually. You got to be patient. I'm not going to give you a time. I'm not going to give you a day on when Bitcoin. We're one day closer for all you fiat freaks to a return to $20,000. We're one day closer to the 2020 Bitcoin halving. In fact, the year 2020, and I'm making this video, of course, in 2018. The year 2020 is only 13 months away. I think it's less than 400 days away now, actually, as of today. So meanwhile, we're talking about, and some people didn't like to hear that SEC guy says that Bitcoin needs to clean up its act before there's an ETF. Whatever. I don't know how. There still will always be shady exchanges. Maybe there's a point when there's a certain amount of non-shady exchanges, and they're dealing with most of a certain percentage of all the Bitcoin being traded back and forth, and that's when they finally give in and say, okay, you can have a Bitcoin ETF. There's going to be a Bitcoin ETF. There's going to be institutions pouring money into it. Also in that article, they talked about custodial solutions that has to be improved upon. We already know that's happening. Be patient. We will look back on this day, in 2022. When we look back on 2018, we will laugh, just like I laugh at that Chicago story from 2015. So meanwhile, on Twitter, Gabber Garbax tweets out, and this is the kind of almost the opposite of that Breaker Mag article, or the more so the news that the SEC thinks crypto exchanges are dirty and won't approve an ETF. This is kind of the opposite here, what I'm about to say. NASDAQ and Van Eck, MVIS indices, announces index partnership and intention to bring to market transparent, regulated, and surveilled digital asset products, such as Bitcoin futures contracts. More to come. Okay, so there you go. Some financialization right there. Is going to happen anyway without a Bitcoin ETF. And when they make the announcement, when will that really happen? Who knows? It's going to happen. So you've got one thing talking about delays, then you got a positive announcement about something new that's going to eventually happen. It's all going to eventually happen. Just like you're eventually going to pound that like button and subscribe to this channel. Check out those links below. Right. Here is All Good Lab, the shirt that I'm wearing underneath this shirt. I think I have, look at this. I'm like layering Bitcoin shirts. I have so many Bitcoin shirts. It is cold outside today in Baltimore. Days like this remind me why I travel around the world and I only like to go to warm places. The All Good Labs guys. They have a tweet. It's linked to below. Everything I talk about in this video is linked to below. Trying to cheer you up during this bear market, we are offering you 25% off every All Good Lab items. And you can click on allgoodlabs.com/discount/bear. Enjoy. All right. Yeah. I don't consider a bear market. I still have as much Bitcoin as I did before, but everybody knows I'm a real positive dude. So if you want to be cheered up and get a new shirt, get a 25% discount, click on that for those dudes. They're in motion. And if you're not positive, just remember there are people in motion that should make you happy. I am happy when I hear, well, I'm happy all the time. But it's great to know people are being productive. Productivity always beats destruction, and we're going to get to that in a second. Remember, every single day I post a new video here on disruptmeister.com. You can see all like over 1,100 crypto-related, Bitcoin-related videos I've been involved with over the last few years. And man, I've got a strong hand and some conviction. I'm not going anywhere. Yeah, you can count on seeing Adam Meister here talking about the glory of Bitcoin. And I know a lot of you derive a lot of, you enjoy it. You guys enjoy seeing a smiling face here, a reassuring smiling face here every day. And I'm glad I can provide that service. And I have said this every day now, the last few days. There obviously is a lot on my plate, and I really appreciate all the DMs and emails you've sent me. And as you can tell, since it is so late on the East Coast, once again today, I have been unable to get to most of those emails and DMs. I will email all you guys back and DM you guys back, and hopefully I'm reading all the comments also that you leave. I can't respond to every comment on the YouTube comments, but I appreciate it. Always leave a comment. Comments are great to leave, and you can hey, let's keep this thing rolling, baby. Let's stay positive. And again, a lot of people are still saying, I lost money. You didn't lose any money if you still have the same amount of Bitcoin. Value your wealth in Bitcoin. All right. Offended by selling. Offended by selling. You know I am. Know it. And okay. We won't talk about offended by selling anymore. So who is this? My buddy Valastix. I always butcher his name. He calls himself Bitcoin Tina also. I've hung with him in person. I've seen this dude. He's got a good positive tweet out there too I want to share. Buying Bitcoin is more akin to buying land in New York City, Manhattan, when John Jacob Astor bought land in the early 1800s. The difference being Bitcoin will be worth much more on an absolute and relative basis. Early buyers of the world's one and only money, they shall come to understand. I'm thinking that quote just gives me like I think about being on the subway in New York City because of Astor Place and everything. But yeah, if your family bought Manhattan land in the 1800s, early 1800s, yeah, you're in pretty good shape. And so he's saying Bitcoin's even better than that. Hey man, it is quite a land grab we have here that you can be involved with. Or you can't or maybe you won't grab any land and you'll just complain in the future, make up some excuse why you didn't get this Manhattan virtual property. And I went to the eye doctor today. I just wanted to say, and so my eye was still a little blurry, a little bit, I think. And I actually ran with the eye drops in there. My eyes are fine, by the way. So apparently, my vision in one of my eyes got better. I don't know. I will say this to everyone. When I was in Santiago, Chile, I discovered this dot in my eye, and I was a little worried. And then I saw all my digital photos that I took almost a year ago because they're really high resolution. I could see that dot in my eye. So I was like, oh, this is not something I got in Santiago. This is not from the dust in the air. I was a little concerned. You know, when you start Google, I recommend the people who, you start Googling supposed medical condition you might have. You can start to worry a little bit. Hey, it got me to go to the eye doctor. So no, the dot in my eye is just like a birthmark type of thing. It's not a problem. But hey, if you do see a problem with your eye, again, the dot in my eye wasn't causing any vision problems at all either. So I wasn't that worried, but I don't like to spend money. So I was concerned enough that I set up an eye doctor appointment, and it was good. I have not been to the eye doctor this decade. How about that? So yeah, it's good to, if you see something in your eye and you haven't been to the eye doctor in over a decade, there's health tip of the day. Pound that like button. Okay. But I'm fine. And the eye doctor woman was hot. I couldn't believe it. She was really a good looking woman. But then that's just a bonus. But hey, man, I value my wealth in Bitcoin. So I was just like totally, there was no like, I understood, totally professional relationship type of thing. But some guys, some of you young guys, you like to see a hot woman look in your eyes, I guess. I don't know. I just remember the previous time it was a funny, kind of dorky Asian guy eye doctor that looked at my eye over 10 years ago. So a lot has changed. All right. So that's a nice side comment there. On this show, you get all sorts of interesting thoughts. So who is this here? Who is this? Berserker Crypto. The opposite, and he says, and this is all linked to below. The opposite of Bitcoin is not fiat. It's indifference. Yeah, that's actually true. That is, I don't care. Yeah, whatever. I'll just get my Obama phone. I'll let the government take care. Life will pass me by. Yeah, that is basically the opposite of Bitcoin. Personal responsibility is the new counterculture. Bitcoin is the apex predator. So I already mentioned that 2020 is only 13 months away. For those of you who need to be reassured that yes, there will be a 2020. Now, the 2020 halving is more than 13 months away. I think it's scheduled for May, around the Preakness, actually. Will the Preakness still be in Baltimore then? Sadly, it probably will not be. So sad. Okay, most of you are like, what the heck's the Preakness? It's a Baltimore thing. Google it. But don't Google like eye scary stuff because you'll. Well, anyway, so Blake Anderson at Real VJ and Chris Black will be on the This Week in Bitcoin show at 3 p.m. on Friday Eastern time. Those guys are real VJ. I've tweeted back and forth with him before. I've never spoken with him. He's never been on the show. He's a real smart guy. Obviously, Chris Black is a smart guy also, and Blake Anderson also. So it is going to be a very good combination. I think that's a really good combination. For those of you familiar, they all have Twitter feeds. Blake Anderson, Real VJ, and at Chris Bleck. And Chris and Blake have been on the show before for you, so it will be a fun time. And I scheduled that one 2 weeks ago, basically, or 10 days ago. So I've been looking forward to. And last week, unfortunately we did not have This Week in Bitcoin because of what happened. So I'm really happy to get back on the This Week in Bitcoin train. So Brhodium. A lot of people have asked me about this Brhodium thing. And again, let's take a few steps back. It was an airdrop crypto dividend back in, what was it, December or January. You had to sign up for it. So if you were a Bitcoin holder, you were entitled to this if you took a few proactive steps. And a lot of people did, including myself. So and we have been waiting patiently for this to happen. Now, I want to say, because I'm bringing it up, I'm not saying to buy it. I'm giving an update for people like me who like to get free coins, who went through the whole process, who want to be able to, trade it in for Bitcoin. We value our wealth in Bitcoin. And I said earlier in the show, all these people talking about hash wars and getting all riled up about it, and thinking it's cool and wanting to destroy other coins. Hey, man, I'm the type of guy, and I would hope most people are the type of people who enjoy productivity over destruction, who enjoy getting a free coin over seeing people try to destroy other coins, okay? I think crypto dividends are positive. I hope more people experiment with airdrops once people get out of this unfortunate negative bear market mentality that a lot of people are in right now. And that's just, that's the psychology of people right there. People are going to get down and not, when people are screaming about fiat prices and the Bitcoin. What was yesterday's thing that I talked about, the new FUD that people are posting out there? Bitcoin crash or Bitcoin whatever. Yeah. Anyway, there are brave souls out there that got strong hands, that are positive, that are building a lot of stuff. It's just not getting a lot of attention, and building stuff on Bitcoin. Now, crypto dividends, that's total wild experimentation. And I say, do what you're going to do. If it's going to get me a free coin and it's a friendly fork or it's a friendly airdrop. And I think the airdrop thing is cool because you don't have to wait until a trusted source can split it for you. Again, so I'm saying it's cool, but this one's taken a year for us to actually be able to get it on an exchange. That's what we're waiting for right now. For the people, there's a lot of people so they're in the whole, you future airdroppers can learn a lot from this. Maybe have everything cool with the exchange a little bit earlier than Brhodium did. Here, and the person from Brhodium reached out to me, someone who's dealing with that. So I'm going to give you, I've been talking about airdrops. So here's what the whole Brhodium, there's a roadmap link. I link to that below. But again, they're taking their time because they don't want to make any mistakes. God almighty, I had these pieces of paper in my pocket. I got to write this stuff down. That's something totally different. This is real life stuff. Okay, most of the community are happy with the end of Q1 2019, as the exchanges are looking at the codes, as it is a completely new blockchain, not a fork. All right, so they're going to get on the exchanges probably at the end of or in Q1 of 2019, and their community is fine with that. Once the exchanges have viewed the code, then it'll be released to the public. The devs want the major exchanges to look at it first and get it listed. Then it'll be open. The devs aim for more than one exchange, and this is key. Again, 2 exchanges are needed for CoinMarketCap listing. As you're more likely aware of, CoinMarketCap is hugely important to get on. The devs have released a new roadmap. Okay, and you can link on their roadmap. So again, this is you get a little behind the scenes kind of stuff there. I have always said, if you're doing a crypto dividend, whether it be airdrop or a fork, get everything in line. You got to be on CoinMarketCap. Okay, I'm not the biggest fan of the site, but that makes you legit right there. You got to be on a legit exchange. Okay, if you think everyone's going to know about you because you're so awesome, well, no, they're not. You have you maybe you are so awesome, but you need to be on CoinMarketCap. You need so again. Luckily, these dudes have taken their time, and they will be on CoinMarketCap. So they got to get if they want to do well, if they want to bring us some value, us holders of Bitcoin who have the Brhodium, then get on. Take your time. Keep on taking your time. I'm patient with you dudes. So okay, I just talked about crypto dividends for a while. And I'm just going to look in the chat this one time, because usually I just answer a super chat. It's a little experiment. I want to see if anybody said anything insane, or because sometimes, okay, look, no one said anything crazy when I yeah, and look, if Bitcoin to the moon is there. He actually retracted a comment. He said strong hand though another time. Good. All right, there's someone with a dirty name. I'm asked a question. I'm not going to answer his question, but he's got a dirty name. I rock. Someone says, okay, good. So no one said anything. Why? I thought that would trigger some people talking about crypto dividends. I didn't want to trigger people, but it was just an experiment. I wanted to look because again, people say, why are you pumping these S coins? I'm not pumping S coins at all. When I mention a crypto dividend, I'm pumping Bitcoin because it's another reason to have a strong hand and hold that Bitcoin. You get these free altcoins that are being airdropped on the Bitcoin or forked off of Bitcoin. Crypto dividends, learn about it. I made up the term myself. People use it all over the world now. And hey, free coins. And then there are the people that'll say, oh, it dilutes the value of Bitcoin. No, there's only one Bitcoin. One Bitcoin equals one Bitcoin. Everybody understands that Brhodium is not Bitcoin. There's not one person out there on the planet Earth that thinks Brhodium is and because there's 2.1 million Brhodium, it somehow dilutes Bitcoin. No, there's not one person. So keep on. I look forward to getting more crypto dividends in the future. Somebody out there make some more airdrops. Okay. So speaking of Brhodium, Andy Hoffman's a fan of Brhodium. And in one of his recent steemits, I linked to this below. I'm bringing it up because of a comment that was left underneath. And the comment I'm going to read, and it is a reminder of why we got into this in the first place. Because a lot of people are disappointed in Andy, because now he's talking, he got into fiat. He sold his Bitcoin for fiat, for dollars. And again, he's got personal reasons for doing it. Everyone's got a life to live, got to do their thing for the family and everything. But this reminder, this comment underneath, I think speaks pretty loudly here. I think I will keep my life savings in cash in a bank account so that I can make it easy for lawyers, governments, hackers, and bitter spouses to get at it. I wouldn't want to make it hard on them. So yeah, that sums it up in a nutshell. That's why you get into Bitcoin right there. I mean, when you're in fiat, you are taking a risk. You are definitely taking a risk. If you live in the real world, you could end up with a bitter spouse. The government could confiscate it you could commit some crime and have your bank account be shut down by the government. And again, Bitcoin is unconfiscatable if you handle it correctly. Cash, dollars, oh no. Oh no. And you don't want to learn out. You really don't want to learn the true reason of the true meaning of unconfiscatable when you are totally in fiat. Because if you're learning, it's going to be a very nasty lesson because you're going to really learn what confiscatable means. Okay, so, but no, that comment is a funny little reminder of the unconfiscatable nature of Bitcoin. No matter what its fiat value is, no one can take it away from you if you handle it correctly. You control your private key. Well, that's it for the show today. I'm going to go to sleep. I just really got to go to sleep. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin. I have to get up at 5:50 in the morning. Yeah, come to Bet. Anyone go? I'll be at Bet the Phila tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. 7 a.m. Minion. Bet the Phila tomorrow morning. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video. Check out the notes section below. Click on those squares. Bang that bell button, baby. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.